Damn. Bronx, man. Little young kid shot and killed, man. Kingsbridge went off yesterday, man. Shit is disgusting out here, man. Man, father on television. That's a tough thing to deal with. The boy was only 16, man. The kids got to find a better way to handle problems, son. Like, you can't handle problems, out here, trying to kill each other, man. It's not that serious, man. You 16 years old. Like, you kids are teenagers, man. Like, that's fucked up, man. You get tired of seeing this in our community, man. 16. And shit popped off over there yesterday. It was some stabbings. And then you had the shooting, 3 people shot. What's wrong with these kids, man? Y'all can't fight? You can't take the L? And then this shit is gang violence. Like, what the fuck? Come on, man. See these kids crying, the parents, like, yeah, that's heartbreaking, man. Why is it that serious that you gotta go get a gun and take somebody's life? Why? Why is it that serious, man? I don't get it, man. They were scrapping. Like, what the fuck? If you lose, all right, you lose. The only way I can understand somebody going for extreme measures is if a nigga OD on you, B. Like you try to kill me or something, that's different. But even then, like, you get a stick, a bat or some shit. Yo, fam, you going to get a gun? It's a fight, man. When you get into a fight, things are going to happen. You're going to get hit, right? And they're going to tie you up. You're going to get touched, man. That's a part of the fight. I told you, look, shit popped off yesterday. Teen stabbed, slashed. Shit's crazy, man. Like, come on, man. It don't, you know what I'm saying? Like when we was, I don't know, man. I can't say our era was any different. But it's like, damn, I remember being a kid and, we got busy, man. We had to fight, man. Niggas might pick up sticks or some shit or whatever. Niggas might have razors. That was probably about it, man. Like, niggas ain't really turned to them hammers, man, till we really got involved in them streets. Like, when you start hitting the drug game and all that shit, and that's when niggas start playing with them ratchets, man. Like, because it was about the bag. Y'all niggas ain't even fighting over a fucking bag, my nigga. What y'all fighting over? Come on, man. You said this about me. Oh, you representing this crew. It's crazy. Unbelievable, man. Anyway, that's not even why I wanted to get on here. I'm gonna get out of here soon. I'm not really feeling good today. Having a really off day. Got a little head cold. Slash 2 women on. Shit crazy. I'm just watching the news of blotters. But yeah, I didn't come on here for this. I was just, I really wanted to talk about the Epstein files. And then you get to this, as soon as I mention it, the files, man. As soon as I get to this, former girls basketball coach indicted on multiple charges, including rape. So this guy got arrested. He was a basketball coach, and he was messing with a little 14-year-old joint. Why? And it was a charter school, man. My daughter's in Catholic school. She was in a charter school. But why, my nigga? Like, yo, fam, what's wrong with y'all, man? A little head cold. So we get to the Epstein files. Look at this, another idiot. I'm sorry, I can't even get to the file. We still on the blotter. 14-year-old groped on East 153rd Street and Melrose on the BX15. No, 3rd Avenue. I'm sorry, that's on 3rd. Why? Like, what's going on out here, man? And now we can get the Epstein, man. The files, man. Pam Bondi, man. People, period, right? You dealing with Trump. This is the fact, and this is a problem. You're gonna lose integrity, dignity. Your reputation is gone. These are things that you're gonna lose when you're out here representing him, working for him, right? You know, everybody they gotta put everything on the line with this guy, man, and it's mainly to protect him. You got Tulsi Gabbard running around here looking for phantom ballots that don't exist. Man, if judges and everything keep denying it and saying that there was no fraud, why the fuck do you keep doing it? Well, because you're doing his bidding. Then you got the Homeland Security people. They out here. You know, Tom Homan had to step in and get some type of restored order. You know, because the people that they had was running amok. They was just doing, and Trump was happy to have them. They was just running amok. The Christy Nome and the other guy, Bongino, whatever his name is, you know, and what's that sergeant name or whatever that they had to ship out of there, whatever, the guy they had in charge of ICE in Minnesota. You got people getting killed. It's like your reputation goes out the window, man. Like whatever you built, we watched it the first administration, man. People who had decent relations, man, shit gets thrown out the window, B. I had a whole thing that I might still upload it. I was like falling asleep, so it was a little boring, so I didn't upload it. And at one point, I had to stop the video and go outside and help my neighbor. Something happened out there, and I had to go out there and help the brother. But you know, what I was gonna say, yeah. So these people, you know, they lose everything, right? You got Pam Bondi, you know, and you know what's crazy? She seemed like if you would let her do her job, she would have probably prosecuted people, right? But she's taking orders from this man. This man purposely said, you know, it's gonna hurt people by releasing the files. But your dumbass, right, used this shit as a campaign promise. Why? When you knew you were in the files, you knew everybody else was in the files. Why would you even run? Nobody was even thinking about this shit no more. He was dead. We already knew it was a conspiracy. You had a chance to not even use the shit. You would have won the race probably regardless, because people were fed up with Biden. We knew Biden was asleep at the wheel, and nobody trusted Kamala Harris or believed she, you know, could, you know, was ready to step up. You were gonna win. You didn't have to use the Epstein files as a way to get your voters. Like, you already had the voters, man. And now it's coming back to backfire on you. So you knew you were in them files. So you got, you know what I'm saying, you knew people you fuck with was in them files, right? So what was about, you know what I'm saying, like, you ran on that. You know that you have a base that they believe everything you say. So now when they see you trying to not release the file, you made yourself unpopular with them people. And then when we uncover the files, we see everything that's being covered up. That cover up to me is damn near as worse as the crime. She should go to jail for cover. People should go to jail for that shit, for covering this shit up. And definitely the perpetrators that didn't go to jail in the Epstein file, they should go to jail, man. Why are they not in jail, man? These people belong in jail, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you said it's gonna hurt those people. Then the way she did it, right? You redact the names of the perpetrators, but then you expose the names of the victims. Why? That you know what I'm saying? So exposing the victims, right? It puts them on blast, but you didn't put the perpetrators on blast. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, but Other countries have stepped in and people are resigning, people are being forced out, but we're not doing anything. No one's been forced out yet. No one's been forced to step down. Like, what's going on? And it's 3 million files. Now, this head cold is killing me. Everybody that may be in these files may not be guilty of something, right? But if you got the info, right, and you got them going back and forth, and discussing incriminating things, then yeah, they should go down. You know what I'm saying? If you can prove that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you have some of them people, right, were still fucking with him after his conviction, right? So you knew he was a sex offender. You still continue to do business with him. Which, you know, certain crimes, you know, you don't really, you can't say a person don't deserve a second chance, but in the horrific crimes that he was doing, and to get that slap on the wrist he got the first time, like that he should have been alienated. Especially when you look at what he did, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it was a network, and people still continue to do business with him. People were still even reaching out to this man and doing X, Y, and Z, you know, trying to, you know, get him to still bring the girls. Like, what the fuck? This shit is crazy. And to me, this man was intelligence, man. I don't care what you tell me. The man was intelligence, man. When you look at his background, who he was affiliated with, how he got started, who was around, you know, at the times that he got his start, the Barr family, you know, his business partners, things like that. I think they knew that this guy had some genius with him, right? When Barr's father found him. And I think that they probably put him on, or put the government on to him, like, yo, this guy here. And I think that they put him in the business world as a tracking device. But I think that other countries use him, you know, once they, you know, learned of his activities, right, that were inhumane, use that as blackmail, and use his loyalty to, you know, compromise others, you know, and within that compromise, you know, that's how things were able to get done, deals were done, silence was given, a lot was going on because people don't want to be exposed. So, to me, it's obvious he was intelligence, man. And this is all entertainment purposes, right? Disclaimer. You know, so, you know, I'm just giving you my opinion. I just feel like that man was a part of intelligence. The type of deals he was setting up, and the people he was around, and the relationships he was able to build, he had to have help to get there. And I think that he got pushed in that direction by Mr. Barr's father. Mr. Barr also, you know, was the Attorney General when he died. You know, if he's dead or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's you know, he was intelligence, man. And but the see, you know, the type of cover up that's going on, and you know, she was on the House committee, Mrs. Bondi, blaming the Democrats. Always all of that shit is theater too, man. It's all bullshit and it's all theater, man. It's you know, it's all about finger pointing and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like no, but the question is, the thing is, right, which these people failing to realize, like I said before, nobody was really thinking about that shit. We was thinking about other people was really voting on other shit. Like, yo, we don't want. People were pissed off about the gender situation. People were pissed off about immigration, where the economy was headed, the wars and things like that. This is what people was really upset about. No one was thinking about these files, but because you promised it and then didn't deliver on that promise, right? It triggered people. What are you hiding? And that's what made them hot. What were you hiding? You know what I'm saying? So now we know what's majority of that shit is in the file. Then the redactions is like, yo, fam, even with the Kennedy shit, like half of that shit is redacted, my nigga. Like, but you know how you can be, you know, like I said, this government, it needs an overhaul, man. And one way, I feel like if Congress and the Senate is serious, right? But you know it's all theater, because you know if this was Republicans and they had the Democrats all in the Epstein files, and it was mainly Democrats and that shit, niggas would have went to jail. We already know this. It's all political. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. They would have went to jail. But because this shit is involving the president, is involving, you know, all types of people, you know, they're allowed to cover it up. And like I said, if they're serious, right, this is what can be done. And I posted this on a couple of people's comment sections in X, like Adam Schiff, a couple of other people, and Kasparian. They need to stop allowing presidents to appoint people in certain positions that can affect, you know, the laws and determinations in this country. So certain shit should be independent. Now I feel like the president should definitely have some oversight, right? But I feel like certain things like Department of Justice, the FBI, all that shit, those should be, if they're independent, they should hold races to appoint and elect an official, not appoint, but elect, because this is what's happening, right? The Congress is supposed to represent the districts and the people. The states are supposed to represent the states of where these people are from, right? So the Congress is supposed to represent like the city districts, the local districts. None of these people do anything that we actually really want. So they're not representing us like the way they should. You know, they're doing what their donors want them to do, or whatever's the popular narrative, right? But they're not doing what we want them to do. Both sides, right? So my thing is this, let's do this, right? Let's say they start pass legislation. If you're serious, right? Pass legislation. No more executive branches allowing the executive branch to appoint attorney generals, because those are compromising positions, man. FBI directors. Let them hold elections and get elected in, so that the people know who is actually going to power, and then also they're not just doing the bidding of the president. Because if it's Democrats, they're going to bring in Democrats, and if it's a Democratic Senate, they're going to have to bring it in. They're going to obviously approve. If it's ran by Democrat congressmen, they're going to approve, right? So whoever has the power is going to approve. And this is the problem with this two-party system shit. I think that if you want independence, right, you let the people elect these officials and the Supreme Court. Because the Supreme Court is some lifetime shit that I don't agree with either. I think that the Supreme Court need to have term limits, man. Just common sense shit. Like, why is there no term limit, man? 10 years or some shit, man. Hold an election, man. You know, because, you know, it's if you're allowing these presidents to win, because now it's all about agenda and favors. You know what I'm saying? And this is what you're seeing right now with this attorney general and all these guys who changed their positions. And that's why I said before, like, you're compromising your integrity fucking with this cat, B. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like hanging with people that just they toxic, man. Like, his first administration was toxic, you know, and this one is even worse, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't even acknowledge the economy. You got the attorney general talking about the Dow Jones. What the fuck do you got to do with the Dow? Your job is to deal with justice, not the fucking economy. And then she's with this whataboutism. All these, this shit has been known for what he's been doing since the 70s. So we can go back to Reagan. Wasn't he part of Iran-Contra? We can go back to all of the shit that Epstein was a part of, man. A lot of administrations all know about this guy. This guy in this administration chose to say, I'm going to expose it all. And then he lied to the people. He didn't want to expose it. Then you say, oh, it's going to hurt people. You knew that before you said that. Why would you say that? That wasn't something you should have ran on. That was a big mistake. And, you know, like I said, if you're covering it up purposely and you put those girls' names, put those girls in danger, I think there should be some accountability for that. And I also feel like somebody's, you know, there has to be accountability for all these other people that were involved that didn't get indicted, man. It's like Epstein was a scapegoat, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a powerful dude, and it seemed like he was the scapegoat for all this shit. But now everybody got the answer. But anyway, man, it is what it is, man. I might upload that video. Like I said, that shit was wild. I was like half asleep. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's accountability, man. And like I said, you know, in that video, we all being set up to, I gotta get up out of here. We all being set up, man, for the Dajjal, man. For those who don't believe in the Dajjal is the great liar. In Islam, we believe that the Dajjal will come as the Christ, or, you know, proclaim himself as God, right? And, you know, he's going to come with some miraculous things, right? And the way I see the mindset of human beings, right? Everybody is cult-like. And when the Dajjal comes, he's going to have the word kafir on his forehead. And only the believers are going to see it. Sort of like how we living in today's times, where only people with sense are using it, and everybody else is like blindly following sports. LeBron James fans, them niggas is delusional, man. For you to sit there and see all the antics and look at all the things he's done, and they even acknowledge that, he's bugging, and you still say he's the GOAT. You still, you know what I'm saying, you watch his game, you can't explain nothing of your points that really makes sense. All your points is pretty much, well, he's all-time leading scorer. Look what he's done, in you know, and he does it all, and he doesn't do it all. So it was all a mirage. It's all bullshit. He has ability, but he doesn't. He's not as good as Michael Jordan. You see, we all saw Michael Jordan play, and we saw LeBron play, and people with sense to say, even though, you know, we feel like it's opinion, but it's like, fam, you got common sense to say Michael Jordan was the better player. And even though deep down they'll know that, they'll still like, nah, LeBron, because they don't understand the difference of, you know, he's just my favorite player, or who is the best. Magic and Kobe's my favorite players, but I understand Jordan is better than them. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with this president shit, man. People follow him and are gonna follow him to the grave. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, yo, no matter what he does, he said it himself. I will shoot somebody on Fifth Ave and won't lose one follower. And then when you even look at how Pam Bondi was yesterday, it was like she wasn't even human. Like, she was just like in a trance. Like, I'm saying, this cult-like way of thinking, the MAGA shit, like, the way these people think they can see, like even the race. Oh yeah, that was another thing. And I'm gonna leave it at that. The racism that was shown over the weekend with the Super Bowl shit, man, was crazy, man. The Megyn Kellys, all these people that you know, the MAGAs. You know, I'm telling you, we're in a cult-like state, and you know, some of these people, they're blinded by the hate, and that's what makes it cult-like. They're blinded by this us versus them shit, that they'll believe, and they don't even care whether it's true or not, but they're gonna just side with one side and pick that side and stay with that side no matter what happens. Some of them even go against their own families, man. But you know, this is the cult-like trance we're in right now, and like I said, we're being prepped, man. But you saw a lot of hate this weekend just over a fucking halftime show. Bet if they was singing that shit in Swedish or German, and they was doing a tribute to, like, you know, to the fallen Jews, rest in peace to those people that were killed during World War II, it would be no problem. But Spanish-speaking people, it's a problem. People that actually, you know, the Spanish-speaking, Spain was actually the ones that started coming over here from Europe. Then everybody followed. It's just that they lost power and they left, and you know, a lot of their countries that they left behind, you know, were fucked up. And here we go, America, you know, kick them out of their down records, you know, keeps them down. Look what they just did to Venezuela. So, you know, you call these places, you know, shithole and disgust, but they're not doing anything to really help these economies. And, you know, these people, so they flock here, you know, and yeah, you know, but to make that shit as racial as they did, showed your true colors to a lot of people. Like, nothing wrong if you don't like Spanish. I didn't understand what he said. It wasn't a reason for me to be like, nah, I don't want to watch. I still watched it, you know. It wasn't that serious. Just that, to me, it was just a halftime show. Like, I'm watching a football game. I'm not thinking about all this shit. But it had to be made political. The only reason it was made political is because of a lot of these hateful, trance-like thinking people, and they don't understand. Like, you know, hate is taught and learned. And it's like, we're all human. Like, you know, we don't have to agree and we don't have to get along, but we're still human beings. Relax, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. What can you do, man? You know, you see how people are, and you move accordingly, man. But we got to get out of this trans-like state because we're being prepped. You know, we're being prepped, man. You know, the jaw, man. When he comes, people will see that, you know, you'll see the word kafir written on his head. Only the believers will see it. So, you know, and believers, I'm not talking about just Muslims, you know what I'm saying? Like, you do have people of the book, like Christians and Jews, that believe. You know, if they weren't believers, we wouldn't be permitted to marry them. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You're permitted to marry them. We're not permitted to marry atheists and people that don't believe in God, you know, so people will see it. And, you know, we have a lot of people that see what's going on now that are not Muslim, that are speaking out, and they can see through the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because their minds are broadened and open. Their minds are not closed in and thinking one way, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but let me get up out of here, man. I done burnt the half hour. I done burnt my whole afternoon. Everything I did, it just went wrong, man. And now I'm back to watching the father, you know, watching the rerun. Back to watching the father grieve, man. My condolences to his family, man. Once again, 16-year-old, man, gone. Unbelievable, man. We gotta stop. We gotta do better. I'm out, man. Many Face Publishing. Peace.